the Trevor Jackson podcast.
And he finally addressed it on the podcast that he do with Ocho Cinco. Let's get right to it.
And I said, well, he obviously knew what was going on because I called him and told him ahead of time. And then something else came out. And then something else came out. And then something else came out. Then ESPN came out. He said, Shannon, there's a lesson in here somewhere. For you to be going through what you're going through, there is a lesson. It's on you to figure it out. Yeah. I said, man, I sure wish I would. He said, you know what? He said, no, that's not the plan. He said that if you knew what it was, you would circumvent the lesson.
Right.
He said, no, but you'll figure it out. Yeah. He said, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And people, when y'all see me, I don't want y'all to have the wrong impression. But I'm just very guarded now. I'm very, very guarded. I was always on alert, but I'm on high alert because I really don't know who I can really trust. Because what I've seen over the last 6 months, there are very few people that you can actually trust. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Very, very, very few.
Man.
And there are people that said some things, and it's gotten back to me. But I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And you remember we had this conversation, Ocho, about being down and then people feel like they can pile on.
Yeah.
But I'm just very I'm very matter of fact. I'm very, hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. I'm going about I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. Because I don't want people, I had a conversation and Jeff, because if you stay too long, Ocho, the more people, and this is what I had to learn, and somebody told me this. They say, Shannon, the more people you become involved with, the more stories there is to be told.
So he said just over the past 6 months, he realized that, he can't trust people. And, people ain't going to be there for you in your tough times. I'm so blessed in my life to have learned that at an early age, because people are only going to be around when you're on a high. When you facing challenges and adversities and stuff like that, everybody going to remove themselves. And you don't have to be bitter about that. You can act accordingly. You can act like it didn't faze you and still remain calm with them people, but you know where they stand now. Because people are only around when you're on your high. Shannon Sharpe probably been on a high for a long time because he played in the NFL. He's a Hall of Famer. He been winning. He got the Club Shay Shay thing. He was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, at which I'm assuming that he's speaking about Skip Bayless, because during this conversation, he said some things about Stephen A. Smith that was interesting, and I'm going to play the second half of the clip so y'all can check that out also, what he said about that. Though, but I'm going to tell you something, though, Shannon Sharpe. I got a feeling that you're going to come back. So just keep your notes, written down for the people who kicked you while you was down, because that's what people supposed to do: kick you while you down and celebrate you while you up. That's just the nature of human beings. Laugh at it and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, you got to take some accountability. Some people don't want to be around that. You can't control your horny, nigga. You got to take some accountability for your actions. You may have, but you settled out. You didn't fight. You settled out. So you guilty. You didn't want the truth to be exposed. You guilty. Some people don't want to be around that. And at the end of the day, I'm one of them type of individuals. I don't mess with niggas that can't control their horny like that, To me, a conversation may have been needed, but if a conversation didn't happen, you still shouldn't be bitter, because you know what you did, and what you did wasn't right. No matter if you away from it, no matter if you done beat it or whatever, what you did ain't right. With that young Becky like that. I remember you talking about you don't want to give your daughter more than $30,000 for the wedding, but you are spending millions on this Becky. That ain't right. You show fuck nigga tendencies.
Circle got to be crazy small.
The more people you're involved with, Shannon, the more stories there are to be told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like that.
I didn't know what was going to happen. I appreciate you, Ocho, because you're like, hey, when you text me, Unc, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to go through, we going through it. You ain't by yourself.
Hey, till the wheels fall the fuck off. Shit, you gave me
Boy,
an opportunity. Where the hell
there are so many people, Ocho and Joe,
where I'm going?
that used to call, that used to text.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from them since this happened.
But that's all right, though. That's all right, though.
Man, please.
Yeah, keep it moving, baby.
Maybe this is what, I don't wish this on anybody. But what it did do is it really showed me who's really, really there.
Right.
There are a lot of people on the peripheral. When things were going well, when we're at the apex and getting invited to everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about ain't called. Ain't called. And I'm talking about, we were talking once a month, twice a month.
Right. Oh, it's gonna come back.
But I see.
Yeah, and you know, I think about too, Unc and Joe. You had to think about, you know, Unc, what you had to go through. You know, I've been in the eye of that storm too now. Big time in front of the world.
Yeah.
So I had to take my licks. I had to
You
take
gotta,
my
you gotta.
And I had, hey, Joe, boy, them calls stopped. Ain't heard from nobody. My circle was always small, so my same circle was right there, you know, to lift me up. But I already knew I was finna sit for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hear Ocho give his side of the story or whatever, though. But salute to Ocho, salute to Unc, salute to Joe. One thing I want to say before I get into this Candace Owens conversation is that I didn't hear him take accountability. I heard him talk about other people not being there no more. You know, people gonna move and run away from you when you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. People ain't gonna always be there for you and have your back like that, dog. It's just the nature of life. So I wish Unc well, but the next time he speak about this topic of discussion, don't talk about the people. Talk about your actions and you being accountable for your actions. That's what the people want to hear. And those people might present themselves back to you in your life. Real spill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.